What's up, sexy peeps? Peep'n ToM here again with some tutorial. Feeling much better. Was so sick the last like 2 weeks or whatever, however long I took to do it. My last tutorial was super duper sick, and I felt like a little bitch, and I didn't want to do anything. But now I feel good, and I feel good. I'm making tunes again. So what I'm going to show you today is something small that lots of people don't really put in their songs, and it really takes it up a notch on the quality level. So I even put, like, I'm not sure if it's in the studio template that's on my Facebook page, because I might have just added it in recently, but I have a little fill section, as you can see here. It's a little fill section, and fills are like those, they can either be like big long drum fills like or they can just be like things that just spice up your track, because if you just have a kick and a clap and hi-hats or whatever your percussion is, it sounds kind of fucking lame if you're listening to that through the whole song. Really, especially with, they use it in every genre of music, but specifically with electro and this kind of electro, shit kind of gets boring after hearing the same like bars or whatever, or like 16 note groups. So you really want to spice things up, and even the smallest little spice will make your tune sound super duper sweet. So I'm going to show you a couple ways to do this. So the first way is you can go to sample packs and you can download that shit, and that's cool because there are some cool unique ones that you can, Vengeance has, it's in Club Sounds volume 3 or something, or volume 4. There's in the loop section there's a little pack, but they're all BPM to like 140, so sometimes they sound weird and like out of place, and they just don't work with the song. Also, you're gonna find that you run out of them really quick. So I did that. I was like, oh sweet, drum fills, yeah, totally gonna use all this shit. And then I did, and then I ran out of them, and well, there's still minor ones that I use, but then I just really had to just like sit down and be like, okay, I'm just gonna learn how to do this, and I can make my own fucking drum fills. So that's what I figured out how to do. Specifically here, also if you cut them up, if you like mix and match like different parts, like it's really easy to do that. You can do that. You can do that really easily. So like here's one. I forget what this one is. So it's a simple. That's like from a live band where you're going like. That is super. I'm using the beginning of the song because I don't want to put that much work into like the intro. It's just like a small. Just like take one of these things. So just like kind of like it's like they're like mini builds, if I could describe it in like a short, concise way. So I like to mix it up and put it like I'll pick 3 or 4, and then I'll just roll with that. But what I'm doing, this song actually like taught me how to. I did a video on like this song before, like what I did in this song and some of the synths in it. But I'm gonna focus on the drums today. So like here, like even this one. What's this one? So they're basically just like snare hits that just like they just in a different pattern, or they could be going up and down in like tones or whatever. So using the first part, I put them at like right when I want to introduce something new to a sound. So this one, there's like over here. And then like some claps come in. Then over here, I want to bring in the vocals, so I'll have like another little intro. And then, if you notice, really in like this Melbourne bounce kind of shit, lots of like Joe Fletcher, they'll have like a minute intro, and then their last little bar here will be just completely taken out, and it'll just be like drum build up. And I mean, it's cool. It like kind of confuses people on the dance floor. They're just like, whoa, and then they're like, oh, it's just a breakdown. But it's still, it's better than putting some other bullshit in there. So then. Also I like there's I forget what it is, not the Vengeance ones kind of suck. There's another sample pack out there that has just like sweet fills in it. They're really good to use because it's a pain in the ass making, like if you got all this other shit to work on and you're doing all this, making melodies, making beats, just cracking everything out, you really don't have time to make like, or at least I don't have time to make like stupid little drum build-ups. So if you can get them all combined in one, that's just badass. Obviously, I try to stay away from the tonal ones that are like, because those ones you can make yourself really easily. And those I did a video on how to make a build, actually. Yeah, that one. And then fuck, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, then these ones you just plop them in. You can mix them around just because they're just drums, so it's just like using a drum loop. So I use that, and then something before the drop, I'll put something usually because it sounds cool.
Make that ass bounce.
So that sounded really sweet. And then, so here's what I want to go into with making your own shit. So how I started doing this is because I wanted to do that triplet timing stuff, and there's not really that many drum fills that are on like the triplet or swing grid. So I just kind of figure it out yourself. It's honestly exactly the same as programming like triplet leads and stuff, except you're using drums. So here, all you do is get an impulse, pick out some freaking drum samples. I use, what is this one? Oh, why isn't this working? Literally just a snare. And what's this one? That's just a different type of snare. So you can like mix and match them for whatever whatever way you want to do them. Oh my god. Oh my god, so loud. What the fuck is that? Oh. So yeah, here. So what I did was just make a stupid drum pattern. Jesus. So literally, it's just a small drum build, and then I also put I leave the last beat out and put like a regular snare on here. I'll turn off, but I put some reverb on it. It's just a big snare, and with big snare reverb, you get that like TJR kind of shit going down. And that's really cool. I like the sound of that in songs, so I put it in there lots. So. So that's pretty badass. And then this one, that was just regular old drum fills. You can use these friggin' everywhere because they're good like transition pieces, and you also gotta combine them with other stuff like in the builds. I put other shit over here. Like this is the same thing. That's just a high pass filter going over the drums. What else? Oh yeah, here. So in the triplet part, so this part is super tripleted out. And then what I did here to make these beats go with it is like so that's like I just went into, what did I do? Oh yeah, I just went to triplet grid. You switch it over to triplet grid and pop the notes in there, and they really do work out quite well. That's pretty much it. Put them everywhere. I tend to put them always at the end of, like, if this is like a 16 bar notes, I'll leave the last bit out and put some drum fills in there. What else? Put them, yeah, like put the big ones up for build-ups. You can even do like a big one. What I've been starting to do in tunes now is like, if we look at the start of songs, like he'll be my like intro shit, and then I'll break it, I'll like build it up into another build up, and then maybe into another build up, because most of my music's like conducive towards like dance floors, and that shit just pops off in the dance floor. Like if I was making deep house or something, which I did yesterday, it was freaking awesome. It was the best day ever. But if I'm making deep house stuff, like it's slower and people are like more grooving, relaxing to like the vibes, it's a totally different thing than like an energetic fucking after hours dance club that I gear this shit towards. Yeah, that's, I'm pretty sure you'll be able to get how to do this. It's not rocket science, but it's a cool tip that you should figure out, that you should put in your tunes. What else? Yeah, oh yeah, here, I'll show you this deep house tune that I made yesterday. Where is it? Oh, there. No, it's not it. Oh, I have a new mixtape up. Peep This mixtape that I put on YouTube and I put on SoundCloud. So if you can't get it on YouTube, put it on SoundCloud, and you should be able to get it. Where is this shit? Man, craziest thing happened yesterday. I was sitting in my room, making this deep house song, and the doorbell rang, and then I ran down to like check the doorbell out, and it was like the front door was like there was no one there, and then the back door there was no one there, and I was like, oh, maybe it's a sexy ghost. At least I hope it's a sexy ghost. So if you guys see any sexy ghosts like behind me, tell them I'm hungry, I need a sandwich or something. I'm just kidding, sexy ghost. You know I like salads. Okay, where is this fucking shit? Jesus. Sexy ghosts are so sexy. Fuck, where is this fucking shit? Tom Masters, there we go. Okay, it is, yeah, check this out. There's no like new disco. I never really knew what new disco was, but it's so bananas awesome. like, see, like right there. That's I put like it was just briefly, a brief little like. That's my ringtone. That's Chewbacca. It's hilarious. The Phil, like listen to Phil right before the drop here. Take out the drums. Just makes everything so much sweeter. And then last. Pretty sweet. So hopefully, I don't know. I'm just obsessed with deep house the last like over the weekend. So hopefully I like may quit making electro and just start making deep house and funk out all the time. But yeah. So check out all my stuff. Go listen to that new mixtape. It's really sweet. I'll probably have another mixtape actually up here with even more new songs like next week because I have a CD release next week. And yeah, hit me up with any questions. I'll probably make a bass tutorial next week of some crazy bass noises and. Hit me up if you have any actual questions because I like, like keeping these tutorials like upbeat and like at a higher level. So I like answering really difficult questions. So hit me up. Peace, bitches.